Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Behind me is a pretty familiar face around PSI. It's Cristian from Vehicle Virals, his LCI E90. So this video we're going to kind of walk through about the car, why it's so rare, all the maintenance that we did leading up to the modifications, all the modifications we did. We have a lot of partners that Cristian works with and we work with on this car. So we're going to point out everything that we did and all of that, and let's dive right in. All right, so Cristian lucked out. He found a really rare E90. It's an LCI M Sport manual, Le Mans blue with saddle brown interior. I've never seen one here at the shop, and we see a lot of 335s. So the cool thing about this is it's M Sport from the factory, which is this bumper, this front bumper. It's also the rear bumper, and it has like a kind of a little neat diffuser on it. It's pretty much the closest to the M3 style front and rear bumpers that you can get on a non-M. You had to order that way from the factory. This being a manual car from the factory too is really cool. So this was a neat find for Cristian. He found this and jumped right on it. I remember when he texted me about it, he was super excited. So this car actually has 135,000 miles. So, I mean, that's not crazy mileage for these, especially with the age, but it's right in there where everything maintenance-wise has to be done. So Cristian actually has a bunch of videos on his channel of everything we did. I think it's a 3-part series of engine out service. We did it also on his E93 that he had, but we did every maintenance item you can do. It has a brand new, really nice CSF radiator. It has a new water pump, new thermostat, all new coolant lines, all new vacuum lines. It was a ton of money to make it all brand new before we modified it, because you always want to have a great foundation. It has brand new Elder coils. It has brand new NGK plugs that are specially gapped, the 97506s. Just everything you need that we do to these cars to prep them to make what this makes, which is over 700 horsepower. So let's go over now all the modifications that the car has and how we made it kind of indestructible. You'll notice the manifold. This is the DR700 kit from Doc Race. This is the bottom mount kit, which is the most affordable kit, is the best way to say it. It keeps a traditional location of the turbos being on the bottom of the motor. In our other video, we have a car with the top mount, which the turbo lives right here. So I personally like bottom mount because it's sleeper and it's more OEM, and you don't introduce that heat to all this plastic, you know, that's N54s are famous for. If you take a peek down, you can't really see the CSF radiator, but it's there. But it's all, you know, metal and no plastic. It basically deletes the plastic from the OEM radiator, which is awesome. But every single thing under here is brand new, just like Cristian wants it. You'll kind of see here, this has the AST 5100 coilovers on it. You can see the camber plate here. We adjusted some camber, added some camber in. So let's put the car up in the air and check underneath, and I'll show you some of the other cool stuff. This is the 7.5-inch VRSF intercooler. We do this a lot on higher horsepower cars. A lot of customers opt for the smaller one, which is, I believe, a 5-inch. That's a great option too. This one you have to cut a lot. So a lot of people don't want to run this unless you're running big power, but for this build, it's definitely a necessity. So if you look closely here behind the wheel, this actually has the F80 M3 caliper and rotor setup in the front, which is a neat upgrade from ECS that we put on, because Cristian wanted to have an OEM style, but you know, we wanted to make the brakes better, a lot better, because he needs it with this kind of horsepower. So also, if you look here, it has the AST 5100s, which is a 2-way. It's rebound adjustable, also height adjustable. And you know, these are on the higher price point. They're about $2,500 to $3,000 for the kit. But it's really for the dual purpose customer, street and track. You know, they're fully rebuildable. We sell a ton of them for a lot of our race cars and a lot of this type of cars. So this whole setup here, suspension and brake wise, couldn't be possible unless we had the wheels, which are Titan 7 TS7s. They're 18 by 9.5 ET22, which is a pretty aggressive offset for 335. So we had to do a lot of work with the fenders and with the suspension to make it work. But he really needed the wider tire for the grip. So to run these tires, we wanted to run the Toyo R888Rs, which have a ton of grip, and he needs it for 700 horsepower. So all these kind of that's where a build comes together. We have to make choices on everything. He needed these wheels to run these brakes, and then we needed tires to be able to hold the power. So it all kind of fits together well with this setup. Okay, so now I'll dive into the turbo kit. So this is the DR700 Doc Race bottom mount kit. This has the Precision 6266 ball bearing turbo, which is good for 800 horsepower. A lot of customers call in and always ask us, what turbo should I run? And I always sell them right above where their targeted goal is. Cristian wanted to make 7 to 730, 750 horsepower with the car. So we went with this turbo. It's right above it, so it stays in efficiency. Just makes it a nice setup. You're not trying to overboost the turbo. You're trying to work it too much. So now that we talked about the turbo, to feed the turbo with fuel, we have the Stage 4 kit from Fuel It for the low pressure side, which is dual 525 Walboro pumps. And you can actually see the crazy line that we run. It's all AN from the back. And then this is actually the E85 analyzer, which is Bluetooth on your phone, which is amazing because it's real time. So you can pump E85 and look at your phone and see what the content is. So you know the tune needs to be adjusted, you know you're good to go do some pulls. We recommend it on all E85 cars. It's crucial to run E85, especially in Florida, because we don't know what the quality is at the pump. We've seen E71 at the pump before. And that goes up to the port injection kit, which is the 750cc injectors. It's a Doc Race manifold. So all that, and then we continue into the exhaust. This has a 3.5-inch exhaust all the way back. This is actually a modified VRSF race exhaust that we modified in-house to make it work for what we needed on this, because it doesn't directly bolt up to the setup from Doc Race. What else we got under here? So I'll talk about the kit for a little bit. So the kit makes 715 wheel horsepower. It runs full E85. It makes about 630 foot-pounds of torque. It's running 2930 PSI. David Shoup tuned the car. We use him along with some other guys for tuning on N54s. He works great with the single turbo. He knows where to set the port injection. He knows how to tune the car. So we normally go with him. Our dyno is actually being installed right now. So right now we use Titan Motorsports dyno. He remotes in. We can spend a day at the dyno and get the car right. Then we run a couple logs. So we normally take care of that for a lot of customers. A lot of customers bring us cars. Maybe they've installed everything themselves. Then we manage the back end of the tuning and all of that part. So something we do here too. So moving back, you can kind of see something crazy. It starts here. It's a single piece drive shaft. This is actually a kit to run a Ford. Yeah, Ford is exactly what I said. In a BMW, to run the rear end and basically make a bulletproof type setup for the car. It seems legit Garage makes it. It comes with the drive shaft, the diff, the axles, all of it, and it's all set up to run and not change the dimensions of what's under the E90, but really make a super robust setup. So Cristian can do, crazy stuff with his car, like this. Just is kind of a neat setup for these cars. Customers want to always make a lot of power, want to have a bulletproof setup. This is it, and in the long run, it's going to be cheaper because cars that make this type of power are going to eat up really nice factory diffs. They're going to eat up like some of the diffs we sell, like Wave Track, some of the built diffs. So this is kind of a neat setup that they came up with. It mounts at 4 points. It has really nice mounting brackets that they sell. All of it comes as a kit that you just install, and Cristian actually installed it. We did it for him. We installed it here. He did a couple of videos on it. You can check that out on his channel. Okay, so that's about it on this build. We really wanted to break down all the elements of how you build a car reliably, all the stuff that we're able to do in-house here at the shop. So, we do a lot of big builds here at the shop, and this is kind of our new building space. We kind of share this area with Cristian to do his videos and do our stuff, but we have a really cool build that I know you guys have seen on Cristian's channel, and we haven't posted a video yet. We've just been crazy busy trying to build these cars. But this is a neat E30 Touring. It's from Germany, and we're doing a neat motor swap in it. It's gonna have an S54. So stay tuned, we're gonna do a breakdown on the whole build, and we have a bunch of progress video and everything that we're gonna show. So stay tuned. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. Everything that we did on this car, all the maintenance, all the modifications, everything is gonna be listed in the comments below. Click on there. If you have any questions, email us, call us, hit us up on Instagram. Thanks a lot. See you guys next time.